The alien flagship floated silently above Earth. It was larger than any human city, a dark metal giant blocking the stars. From its wide observation windows, the blue planet looked small and fragile. Clouds moved slowly across the surface, unaware of the danger waiting above. Inside the command chamber, the alien general stood tall. He was old by his species' standards. His skin was pale and rough, marked by deep lines earned through centuries of war. His eyes were cold and focused. This was not his first conquest. It would not be his last. Around him stood members of the Galactic Council. They watched large holograms showing the alien fleet. Thousands of warships filled the space around Earth. Behind them were troop carriers, each holding tens of thousands of soldiers. The number was clear: 1 million soldiers. The alien general spoke calmly, his voice steady and proud. "Earth is surrounded," he said. "Human resistance is meaningless." The council members nodded. They had seen this before. Every species resisted at first. Every species failed. The general raised one clawed hand. The hologram shifted. It now showed Earth's military forces, small fleets, weak defenses, outdated weapons. "Humans are brave," the general continued. "But bravery does not stop numbers." A few council members smiled. Then something unexpected happened. A signal appeared on the main display. The system confirmed it quickly. A human ship was requesting communication. The chamber grew quiet. The alien general frowned slightly. "Only one ship?" he asked. "Yes," an officer replied. "No weapons charged. No escort." A single human ship slowly moved forward into open space. It was small compared to the alien vessels. Its design was simple. No bright lights, no show of power. The council began to laugh. "One ship to face 1 million soldiers?" someone mocked. The alien general allowed himself a small smile. "Let them speak," he said. The screen shifted. A human captain appeared. She sat calmly in her command chair. She wore a dark uniform with no bright symbols. Her face showed no fear. Her eyes were steady, almost bored. She did not speak at first. The alien general leaned forward. "Human," he said, "you are outnumbered beyond reason. Surrender now, and your species may survive." The human captain listened. She did not move. The general continued, "We have 1 million soldiers prepared to land on your world." The chamber waited. Finally, the human captain spoke. Her voice was calm, clear, almost polite. "Excellent," she said. "That's 1 million targets." The chamber went silent. For a moment, no one reacted. Then laughter exploded across the room. Council members laughed loudly. Some shook their heads. Others mocked the human openly. The alien general smiled wider. "You joke in the face of extinction," he said. "A common response from weak species." The human captain did not smile. She did not explain. She only looked directly into the camera, as if she could see every alien watching. "You should leave," she said simply. The transmission ended. The alien general laughed once more. "Prepare the invasion," he ordered. "Begin final positioning." But before the officers could respond, alarms sounded. Not loud alarms, not panic alarms. Quiet system alerts. One by one, new signals appeared on the displays. Unknown energy readings. Strange power sources activating. The alien officers moved quickly. "Sir," one said, "we are detecting structures activating across Earth." "Primitive defenses," the general replied. "Ignore them." Another officer spoke. "Energy readings from the moon, sir." The general's smile faded slightly. Then another voice. "Sir, deep space objects are waking up. Asteroids, old satellites, things we thought were debris." The room grew tense. The alien general straightened. "Increase scans," he ordered. The hologram zoomed out. Across the solar system, small lights began to appear. Thousands, then tens of thousands. No movement, no attacks, just presence. The alien general felt something he had not felt in centuries: uncertainty. "Human technology should not be capable of this," he muttered. The council members stopped laughing. A message appeared on the screen. Not a transmission. A simple data burst. It contained only one line. Defense Phase 1. Active. The alien general stared at the words. What does that mean? A council member asked. Before anyone could answer, alien scanners began to fail. Communication delays increased. Weapon systems reported targeting errors. Nothing was attacking them. Yet everything felt wrong. The alien general clenched his fist. Forward fleet, maintain position, he commanded. Do not engage until my order. Outside the flagship, the massive alien armada hovered above Earth. Below them, the planet remained silent. No missiles, no fighters, no signs of fear. Only quiet. And somewhere deep within the human systems older than the alien empire itself, machines waited. The alien general looked once more at the empty screen where the human captain had been. Her words echoed in his mind. 1,000,000 targets. For the first time, he wondered if humanity had never planned to defend Earth at all. Maybe they had planned something far worse. The alien general watched the silent planet below. Earth did not move. Earth did not speak. Earth did not beg. That alone annoyed him. He had conquered hundreds of worlds. Every world reacted the same way. Panic first, then surrender. Even the proud ones broke when they saw numbers. 1,000,000 soldiers was not just an army. It was a message. You cannot win. The general turned away from the window and faced his command officers. Human silence means fear, he said. They are trying to hide it. The officers nodded quickly. One stepped forward. Our simulations confirm total victory within 12 standard hours. Good, the general replied. Begin phase alignment. All invasion fleets hold formation. Outside, the alien armada adjusted position. Massive ships moved with perfect order, forming layered rings around Earth. Troop carriers drifted closer, ready to release soldiers like a flood. The Galactic Council watched from their seats, confidence returning to their faces. One human ship, one council member said, amused. That is all they send? They always send one, another replied. Hope comes in small shapes. The alien general allowed the words to settle. Hope is a weakness, he said. Numbers are truth. A new report appeared. Unknown human structures continue to activate, an officer said. We are counting thousands. The general waved the concern away. Old defense platforms, weak, outdated. But sir, the officer continued, some of these readings are not new. They are ancient. The word hung in the air. Ancient. The alien general narrowed his eyes. Explain. Our scans show many of these objects were built long before humanity achieved space travel. Some are older than their first recorded wars. The general frowned. That made no sense. A species built weapons before it could leave its world? Impossible. Faulty data, he said. Recheck. The officer obeyed, but the numbers did not change. Meanwhile, in the lower command deck, human signals continued to appear. They were quiet, controlled, almost patient. The alien general felt irritation grow. Open a channel to the human leadership, he ordered. No response. Again, still nothing. They are ignoring us, a council member said angrily. They are ignoring us, a council member said angrily. They are watching, the general replied. He ordered a projection of the human ship that had spoken earlier. It floated alone, unmoving. No escort. No shields raised. Target that ship, the general said. Lock weapons. Weapon systems hesitated. Sir, an officer said slowly, we are unable to lock on. The general turned sharply. Explain. Our targeting systems cannot hold a solution. The ship appears blurred. That was impossible. Alien targeting systems had never failed. Fire a warning shot, the general commanded. A single energy blast streaked toward the human ship. At the last moment, space bent. The blast missed. No explosion, No defense fire. The human ship did not move. The chamber fell silent again. The alien general felt something cold form in his chest. "Do it again," he snapped. 3 more shots. All missed. The council members shifted uneasily. "This is not possible," one whispered. The general said nothing. Instead, he looked back at Earth. The planet was still quiet. Too quiet. On the far side of the moon, something moved. The alien sensors caught it just for a second, a massive shape-shifting position, then another, and another. The general leaned forward. "Magnify." The display zoomed in. Hidden beneath rock and shadow, enormous structures revealed themselves, weapon platforms larger than cities. Silent, waiting. "Those were hidden on purpose," an officer said softly. "Yes," the general replied. "They were." For the first time, he began to understand. Humans had not built these defenses in a hurry. They had built them slowly, carefully, as if waiting for someone. The Galactic Council began to panic. This was not in the intelligence reports. No species prepares like this. The alien general raised his hand. "Enough." He turned to his command staff. "Humanity is bluffing," he said, though his voice lacked strength. "They want us to hesitate." But even as he spoke, more reports arrived. Supply routes disrupted. Navigation errors increasing. Long-range communication delayed. The alien fleet was being surrounded without being attacked. The general clenched his jaw. "Advance ground forces," he ordered. "Launch the first wave." Troop carriers opened. Thousands of drop pods launched toward Earth. As they entered the atmosphere, something changed. Human defense grids activated. Not bright lasers, not explosions, invisible fields. Entire waves of drop pods lost control. Some vanished. Others fell harmlessly into oceans. Many simply stopped existing on scanners. "No impact readings," an officer said in disbelief. "They're just gone." The general stared at the screen. This was not war. This was erasure. Still, he refused to accept it. 1,000,000 soldiers, he whispered to himself. 1,000,000. But the numbers were already falling. Not fast, not slow. Precisely. Each loss calculated. Each strike perfect. The alien general realized then that humanity was not reacting. They were executing a plan. A plan written long before the alien empire ever looked toward Earth. Somewhere in his mind, the human captain's voice returned. Calm. Certain. 1,000,000 targets. The general looked again at the silent planet, and for the first time in his long life, he wondered if numbers could become a weakness. Far from the alien flagship, deep beneath Earth's surface, ancient systems awakened. They did not power on loudly. They did not announce themselves. They simply began working. Humanity had learned long ago that survival did not belong to the loudest species, but to the ones that remembered their mistakes. Earth had nearly destroyed itself once. Cities burned, oceans rose, billions died, and humanity learned. They stopped trusting numbers. They stopped trusting size. They stopped trusting speed. Instead, they trusted preparation. Hidden bunkers opened across the planet, not filled with soldiers, but with machines. Silent machines, thinking machines, systems that did not panic or hesitate. Above Earth, the alien general watched his screens fill with loss reports. "Ground forces are failing to establish footholds," an officer said. "Atmospheric control is unstable. Deploy more," the general ordered. Another officer hesitated. "Sir, we are losing contact with entire battalions before they land." The general's voice hardened. 1,000,000 soldiers cannot be stopped by tricks. But this was not a trick. On Earth, human command centers remained calm. No cheering, no celebration. Only quiet focus. The human captain stood alone in her ship, watching data scroll past her eyes. Her ship did not move. It did not fire. It did not need to. She whispered one command: "Release the Watchers." Across the solar system, Objects once thought to be dead came alive. Old probes, broken stations, forgotten satellites. Each one turned its sensors toward the alien fleet. They did not attack. They observed. Human systems began learning. Every alien movement, every weapon pattern, every communication signal. Within minutes, human machines understood the enemy better than the alien general understood his own army. On the alien flagship, fear began to spread. "Sir," an officer said, "our formations are being predicted." "Impossible," the general replied. "We change position and they react before we finish moving." The general felt anger rise, then increase randomness. They tried. It did not help. Human systems adapted faster than thought. The alien general paced slowly. "How long has humanity been spacefaring?" he asked. "Less than 3 centuries," an officer replied. The general stopped walking. "That is nothing," he said. "They should not be capable of this." Another officer spoke, voice shaking. "Sir, humanity may be older than we thought." The general turned sharply. "Our records show humanity suffered a collapse thousands of years ago. Their technology regressed." "Yes," the officer said. "But what if that collapse was not failure?" Silence filled the room. "What if?" The officer continued carefully. "It was a decision. The idea struck like a weapon. A species choosing to fall back. Choosing to hide knowledge. Choosing to wait." The general dismissed the thought. No species plans for enemies it has not met. The officer did not respond. Because humans had done exactly that. Humanity never believed it was alone. They watched the stars and asked one simple question: what if they come? And when no one answered, they prepared anyway. On the moon, massive cannons rotated into firing position. In deep space, invisible nets formed between asteroids. On Earth, human cities continued daily life, unaware of the exact details but trusting that someone, somewhere, was protecting them. The alien general noticed something else now. Human forces were not defending everything. They were defending only key points, letting alien units move freely in certain zones. "That's a mistake," a council member said. "They are leaving gaps." "No," the general whispered. "They are guiding us." He realized too late. Alien forces were being herded, pulled toward specific regions, kill zones. Entire fleets drifted unknowingly into perfect positions. Then the human systems activated Phase 2. Space itself became hostile. Alien engines failed in synchronized patterns. Power systems overloaded at the same time, not by force, by logic. Human weapons did not destroy. They disconnected. They removed ships from the war without noise or glory. The alien general slammed his fist onto the console. "Enough," he roared. "Target Earth directly. Fire everything." Weapons charged. The order was given. Nothing happened. The weapons refused to fire. "Human interference?" a council member asked desperately. "No," the general replied slowly. "Human permission." The truce settled like ice. Humanity was not fighting for survival, they were controlling the battlefield. The general remembered the human captain's calm face. She had not argued, she had not threatened, she had not threatened. She had already known the outcome. "A million targets," he whispered again. And now he understood. Humans did not see soldiers. They saw problems to be solved, variables to be removed, numbers to be reduced. The alien general looked at the fleet, his proud million soldiers, and for the first time he did not see strength. He saw waste. He saw arrogance. He saw a mistake that could never be undone. Deep within human systems, a final calculation finished. The machines reported one simple result: victory probability, certain, and humanity moved on to the next phase. The alien general stood frozen as reports flooded the command chamber. Screens glowed red with warnings. Fleet markers blinked, then vanished. Communication channels collapsed one after another. This was not how war was supposed to look. "Status report!" the general demanded. An officer swallowed hard. "Sir, 30% of our forward fleet is offline." Destroyed? The general asked. The officer hesitated. No explosions detected. They are simply gone. The words felt unreal. Gone meant nothing in battle. Ships were destroyed. Soldiers died. Wreckage remained. But this was removal. Outside the flagship, space twisted with silent motion. Alien ships drifted out of formation as their systems shut down without warning. Some spun helplessly. Others powered down completely, floating like dead metal corpses. Human weapons did not glow. They did not roar. They did not announce victory. They worked quietly. The alien general forced himself to breathe. "Deploy reserve fleets," he ordered. "Surround Earth entirely. No gaps." The command was obeyed. Fresh alien warships surged forward, filling space with numbers once again. For a brief moment, confidence returned. 1 million soldiers still existed. Hundreds of thousands remained untouched. Numbers would win. Then human Phase 3 began. Across space, tiny human objects detached from asteroids, moons, and debris fields. They were small, almost harmless looking. Alien sensors ignored them. That was their mistake. The objects spread like dust through the alien fleet. Then they activated. Entire alien ships lost internal gravity. Others lost time synchronization. Some crews experienced minutes while others experienced seconds. Command chains shattered. "Sir," an officer shouted, "our ships are no longer operating in the same time frame." The general stared at the display. That was impossible. No weapon should control time. But humanity had never promised fair fights. Inside one alien cruiser, soldiers floated helplessly as gravity reversed again and again. Weapons became useless. Coordination vanished. Human systems watched, adjusted, learned, then corrected the problem permanently. The ship powered down. Elsewhere, alien fighters attempted to attack human platforms. They fired. The shots curved away. Space bent gently, like a river guiding stones downstream. Human defensive fields redirected energy without resistance. The alien general's hands trembled. "Fire everything," he ordered. "Overwhelm them." The fleet obeyed. Millions of energy blasts lit space and hit nothing. Human ships moved only when needed. Sometimes they did not move at all. Attacks simply failed to reach them. It was as if humans had rewritten the rules of distance. The Galactic Council panicked. "This is not war," one cried. "This is execution." The general ignored them. He focused on one thing: Earth. The planet still showed no visible defenses. No fighter swarms, no missile launches, no desperate counterattack. Humanity hid its strength behind calm. That frightened him more than any weapon. "Prepare planetary strike," he ordered quietly. "Target population centers." An officer looked at him in horror. "Sir, our weapons still cannot lock." "Try again." They tried. Nothing. Human systems blocked every attempt before it began. The general understood now. Humanity had taken control of the battlefield so completely that permission itself was required to fight. Across the fleet, alien morale collapsed. Soldiers realized they were not fighting enemies. They were being processed. Numbers dropped steadily, not in chaos, in order. 10,000 gone. Then another 10,000. Then more. Always clean, always precise. The human captain watched it all without emotion. She did not celebrate. She did not rush. This war had been decided long ago. She remembered human history, endless wars fought with anger, pride, and fear. Humanity had learned the cost of that path. This time, they fought without emotion. That was why they could not lose. On the alien flagship, the general felt something break inside him. "All fleets," he transmitted, "prepare for retreat." The order echoed through broken channels. Some ships responded. Many could not. Human systems allowed the retreat. For a moment. Then human weapons activated once more. Not to chase. To close the door. Escape routes vanished. Hyperspace paths collapsed. The alien fleet was trapped. The general whispered to himself. 1,000,000 soldiers, but the word soldier no longer fit. They were targets. The truth crushed him. Numbers had never frightened humanity. They had invited them. Because humanity did not fight wars to win battles. They fought wars to make sure they never happened again. The alien general looked out at space filled with silent human machines. No flags, no symbols, no pride, just purpose. And in that moment he realized the worst truth of all. Humanity was not angry. Humanity was calm. And calm species did not stop until the problem was solved forever. The alien general no longer shouted orders. He stood silently at the center of the command chamber, watching the last symbols of his fleet fade from the screens. Where once there had been countless warships, now there were gaps, empty space where power and pride had existed only moments ago. The room smelled of fear. Officers whispered to one another. Council members sat frozen, their earlier confidence gone. No one laughed now. No one spoke of numbers. The general felt heavy, not tired, old. He had led armies across the galaxy. He had crushed worlds that begged for mercy. He had believed without question that numbers were strength. Now, numbers meant nothing. "Sir," an officer said quietly, "we have lost contact with 80% of our remaining ground forces." The general did not respond. Another officer stepped forward. "Escape routes are collapsing. Human systems are, allowing only limited movement." Allowing, that word cut deeper than any weapon. Humans were not blocking retreat. They were controlling it. The general finally turned back to the great window. Earth still hung below them, calm and whole. No fires, no scars, no signs of fear. "You should have panicked," he whispered. "Why didn't you panic?" He remembered other species. They screamed. They begged. They rushed into battle and died loudly. Humans did none of that. They waited. A message appeared on the main display. This time it was not data. It was a live transmission. The human captain returned. She looked the same as before. Calm, focused, unchanged. Behind her, human command systems glowed softly. No alarms, no chaos. The alien general straightened. "You have won," he said slowly. "What do you want?" The human captain studied him for a long moment. "We want this to end," she said. The general laughed bitterly. "You are destroying an empire." "No," she replied. "We are removing a threat." The difference hit him hard. Empires thought in terms of conquest. Humans thought in terms of problems. "You could have destroyed us immediately," the general said. "Why wait?" The human captain answered simply, "We needed you to understand." The general's claws clenched. "Understand what?" "That numbers are not power," she said. "Control is." Silence filled the chamber. The general looked around at his officers. Many avoided his gaze. Some were shaking. Some stared at the floor, defeated. "We brought 1,000,000 soldiers," the general said quietly. "Yes," the human replied. "And now you know what that means to us." He closed his eyes. For the first time in his long life, he saw the truth clearly. Humanity did not fear death. They feared repetition. They had already lived through extinction-level wars against themselves. They had learned lessons no empire ever survived long enough to learn. "Humanity prepares for enemies it has not met," the general said softly. "Yes," the captain replied. "You prepared for us before you even knew we existed." "Yes." The general opened his eyes. His pride was gone. His certainty was gone. Only clarity remained. "What happens now?" he asked. The human captain did not hesitate. "You retreat," she said. "You leave this system. You do not return. You do not threaten another world the way you threatened ours." "And if we refuse?" The captain's voice did not change. "Then we finish the calculation." The general understood what that meant. Not rage. Not revenge. Completion. He turned to the Galactic Council. They were broken. "Transmit surrender terms," he ordered. A council member protested weakly. "Our empire, is finished if we do not," the general said sharply. The transmission went out. Across space, surviving alien ships powered down weapons. Troop carriers halted movement. Soldiers waited, confused and afraid. Human systems responded instantly. Weapons deactivated. Fields relaxed. Escape paths opened, controlled, narrow, deliberate. The alien general watched as his remaining forces withdrew. Humanity allowed them to leave. That mercy hurt more than destruction. As the alien flagship prepared to jump away, the general sent one final message to the human captain. "Why spare us?" he asked. The human captain paused. "Because if we destroy you completely," she said, "someone else will make the same mistake. If you live, you will remember." The transmission ended. The alien general looked out into space one last time. The battlefield was clean. No debris, no wreckage, no proof that a million soldiers had ever existed. Only silence. He realized then that humanity's greatest weapon was not technology. It was restraint. They could end empires. But they chose lessons instead. As the alien fleet vanished into hyperspace, the general carried a truth heavier than defeat. He had not faced warriors. He had faced survivors. And survivors did not need numbers. They only needed time. The galaxy did not believe the reports at first. An empire did not lose 1 million soldiers without leaving ruins behind. There were no burning planets, no drifting wreckage fields, no heroic last stands recorded in history. Only silence. When the surviving alien fleet returned home, damaged but intact, the Galactic Council demanded answers. They expected excuses. They expected lies. What they received was fear. The alien general stood before them once again, but he was not the same being who had boasted of numbers and conquest. His posture was stiff. His voice was quiet. His eyes carried something new. Understanding. There was no final battle, he told them. There was no moment of victory or defeat. The council murmured in confusion. "Then how did we lose?" one demanded. The general answered slowly. "Because humanity did not fight the war we expected." He described what happened above Earth. The silent systems. The helm, precision. He spoke of ships disappearing without destruction and soldiers erased without pain. They did not seek to prove strength, he said. They sought to remove danger. The council grew uneasy. "That is impossible," one said. "Every species wants dominance." "Not humans," the general replied. "Humans want an end." Across the galaxy, independent observers confirmed the story. Humanity had not expanded. Humanity had not chased retreating forces. Humanity had returned to silence. Earth showed no signs of celebration, no victory messages, no warnings broadcast, just quiet skies that terrified the galaxy more than conquest ever could. Soon the stories spread. Merchants told them first, then explorers. Then entire star systems whispered the same truth. Do not threaten Earth. Do not test humanity. Do not bring numbers. Galactic laws began to change. Invasion doctrines were rewritten. Military academies removed humanity from theoretical enemies and placed them under a single category: unacceptable risk. New rules were written into interstellar treaties. Rule 1. Never threaten humanity with force. Rule 2. Never boast numbers to humans. Rule 3. If humans say nothing, leave immediately. The alien general retired soon after. He returned to his homeworld carrying no honors, no medals, no pride. But he carried a warning. He spent the rest of his life teaching young officers not how to fight, but how to recognize hopeless wars. Power, he told them, is not how loudly you strike. It is how quietly you can end a war before it begins. Many listened. Some did not. Those who ignored the lesson never returned from the edges of human space. On Earth, life continued. Cities lived, children learned, ships traveled. The human captain who had spoken those simple words returned to her post. She did not become famous. Her name was not carved into monuments. Humanity did not build statues for wars they did not struggle in. Deep beneath Earth and across the solar system, the ancient systems powered down, not dismantled, not destroyed, sleeping, waiting, because humanity knew one truth above all others. The galaxy would forget. Time passed. New empires rose. Old ones fell. History repeated itself again and again. And one day, far from Earth, a young alien commander stood before his fleet and spoke proudly. "We have numbers," he said, "enough to crush any resistance." An advisor stepped forward, voice shaking. "Sir, what about humanity?" The commander laughed. "They are quiet, weak, hiding." The advisor said nothing more. He only remembered an old warning passed down through generations. Humans do not answer threats with fear. They answer them with math. Far away, human sensors detected the movement. No alarm sounded. No panic spread. A single calculation began. Humanity did not prepare for war. They prepared for resolution. And once again, the galaxy would learn what happens when a species mistakes silence for weakness. Because when humanity finally speaks, it is already too late.